Welcome to the Stoic Quotient, where we dismantle the illusions that divide us and resurrect the ancient wisdom that sets us free. Here, we don't match hate with hate, we meet it with clarity, because the person who understands themselves cannot be conquered by the chaos of others. Let's talk about something ugly, the anatomy of hate. Why people project, attack, and blame, and how you stay free. Let's be honest, hate is loud right now. It's viral, it's click-worthy, it's addictive. But it's also a mask, because the truth is, people rarely hate you. They hate what you awaken in them. Your confidence reminds them of their self-doubt. Your uniqueness disrupts their need to conform. Your refusal to stay small confronts their decision to shrink. Hate, in this form, is not personal. It's a mirror. You represent the version of themselves they abandoned, the life they never dared to live, the voice they silenced long ago. So when they lash out, it's not about you. It's about everything in them that was never given a chance to rise. Hate is pain wearing armor, and most people are walking around armored, not to fight, but to hide. How hateful people grow old. Hateful people grow old not with wisdom, but with weight. The longer hate is held, the heavier it becomes. It carves lines into the face not from laughter, but from bitterness. It hardens the voice. It shrinks the heart. And worst of all, it isolates. Over time, those who carry hate find fewer people willing to carry it with them. Their world becomes smaller, colder, lonelier. They may have aged, but they haven't grown. Because hate stunts the spirit, it calcifies the soul, and by the time they look back, the only thing left is a trail of broken trust, missed moments, and a life defined not by what they loved, but by what they resisted. When hate wears the mask of love. One of the most painful truths is this. People who say they love you can still hate you in moments, and sometimes they don't even know it. Hate and love are not always opposites. They often live in the same wounded heart, competing for attention. Someone can profess love while resenting your growth. They can express affection while secretly wishing you'd shrink back to who you used to be. Why? Because your transformation reminds them of their stagnation. Your peace exposes their unrest, and your freedom challenges their control. So they use the language of love while sowing the seeds of sabotage. But real love doesn't attack, it doesn't manipulate, it doesn't punish you for evolving. So when someone says they love you, but their actions are laced with criticism, control, or cruelty, look deeper. Love without respect isn't love, it's a possession, and possession often hides hate. Let's look into unprocessed pain. Hate is often pain with no place to go, a desperate scream from a wound that was never acknowledged, let alone healed. People carry the weight of childhood traumas, cultural conditioning, betrayal, abandonment, and deep personal regrets like invisible armor. And when the burden becomes too heavy to carry inwardly, it spills outward. Instead of pausing to confront their own suffering, they cast it like a shadow onto others, often those who are closest, those who look different, or those who refuse to participate in the performance of pain. The target becomes a mirror they cannot bear to face. So they attack, not to destroy the other, but to distract from the ache within. Hurt people, but not because they're evil, because they're in pain, and pain wants company. People fear of difference. We hate what we don't understand, because the unfamiliar forces us to confront what we thought we knew. It challenges our worldview, shakes the foundation of our identity, and threatens the fragile illusion of control we've built to feel safe. When someone or something contradicts our beliefs or exposes our ignorance, it's easier to attack than to adapt, easier to reject than to reflect. So hate becomes a shield, protecting not our truth, but our fear of having it dismantled. So rather than learn, we label. Rather than connect, we condemn. It's easier to build walls than to ask questions. They practice tribalism and belonging. Some people hate just to belong, to fit in with their group, their ideology, their generation. Hate becomes a badge of loyalty, passed down like tradition. The fear of being rejected often outweighs the courage to think for oneself. They create projection. What we reject in ourselves, we attack others. That's the essence of projection. It's easier to point the finger than to face the mirror. When someone despises your strength, it's often because they feel weak. When they mock your authenticity, it's because they've lost their own voice. When they resent your freedom, it's because they're still shackled by their own limitations. Projection allows people to offload their inner turmoil by casting it onto others, momentarily relieving discomfort without having to confront it. But this relief is an illusion. It breeds resentment, not resolution. And the hate they hurl isn't about you, it's about their own disowned self. People who feel weak hate your strength. People who feel fake hate your authenticity. People who feel trapped hate your freedom. Hate is often a mirror, and it's your face they're seeing, but their wound they're reacting to. They lack inner work. Most people haven't done their inner work. They move through life reacting rather than reflecting, repeating patterns they never took time to understand. They've never sat with their traumas long enough to hear what they were truly trying to teach. They've never questioned the beliefs handed to them by family, religion, or society. They simply inherited them like furniture in an old house, never realizing they could rearrange the room. And they've never calmed the ego, the loud, trembling voice that confuses survival with truth. So they continue through life emotionally underfed and spiritually overreactive, unknowingly operating from wounds rather than wisdom. So they live in a world of us versus them, right versus wrong, my truth versus your threat. But the Stoic mind doesn't fall into that trap, because hate requires emotional chaos to survive, and clarity kills chaos. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. You don't fight hate by matching its energy. You transcend it by not needing it to validate your pain. You stay calm. You stay principled. You are free." Seneca said, "It is the power of a great mind to be unshaken by insult." So don't mirror the hate. Don't take it personally. And most of all, don't make it your identity. You were not born to carry their projections. You were born to master your own. This is the Stoic Quotient, where we rise above the noise, where your clarity becomes your resistance, where your emotional discipline becomes your peace. If this message stirred something in you, share it. Because the world doesn't need more hate. It needs more people who understand why it exists and choose something higher. You are that higher choice. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.